Hi guys, Jay Smith here, welcome to the AskGolfNut channel, and let's try and take some shots off of your scorecard. In this kind of situation, we are at the 11th at Augusta. Why have I chose the 11th is because we've got a little bit of green to work with. And I want to go through a couple of different ideas to show you how we can take some scores off for free, very simply by using the correct shot choice. I think everyone would agree that we love watching Mickelson, or not so much Mickelson since he's moved to live, but you kind of get the idea of watching professionals hit lovely flop shots to pins 30 yards away. It looks really nice, but it's quite difficult to do. Over the pin, as you can see, looks really nice, but really difficult at being able to control distance. So that's why you'll basically find most golfers, professionals, tour pros, all that lot, low handicaps, will not in any way do that as a normal rule. They will use that as an extreme, I have to, rather than the go-to. It looks really good, but it's really difficult to control. So best way to do this would be to grab something like a 7-iron, and I'll show you why. We have got, let's say 11 yards is 1/3 of 32. And what we'll do is we'll set it out to the right here a little bit, because obviously you can see the green moves that way. Let's just make sure it's 11. There you go. Okay, so I've got a 7-iron in my hands. You can see there, we're just going to try and pop it on just to the front part of the green, about 1/3 distance. Now, of course, that will change slightly depending if the pin is above your feet, below your feet and stuff like that. But we've got a little bit of green to work with here, and give or take the 7-iron at around about 34 degrees of loft. Of course, we always de-loft slightly when it comes to this strike, but we're looking at about 1/3 carry, 2/3 roll. And anywhere close is good. I've aimed fractionally too far right on that one, but as you can see, it's fine. It's within a few feet, really. Anywhere within 6 feet, and it's going to give you the best opportunity possible at getting up and down. And the whole idea of this is trying to increase your ability of trying to get up and down. Now, that is a lot easier to do than the massive flop shot. There's so much can go wrong in the flop shot. Contact is one. When it comes to this kind of shot here, I mean, it's fairly simple. You're taking it more like a putt, and you're just doing like a little kind of bump and run. Maybe a fraction too hard. No, about perfect. But you can see it's much easier to do than that all out shoom like that. Now, what happens when you need to carry it a little bit further? Let's just imagine we have some form of ridge, or dare I say it, rough between us that we really want to make sure we don't go into. We need to choose a different golf club that's going to get there about 50% flight and 50% rollout. And so we've got 32 yards, so we're going to look at something around about the sort of the 16 or so mark. There we go. And a little bit out to the right there, as you can see, the green wants to move it in, but not quite as much this time. So we'll move it into about 16 yards, around about there. And so if I want to try and get something about 50% there, 50% roll, I'll go for something like a pitching wedge, depending on the surface. Again, it might go gap wedge slightly, it might go 9-iron, depending if it's up or down or anything else like that. But effectively, baseline is around about pitching wedge for 50-50 flight. We've aimed it slightly closer to the pin, as we won't move as much on this one, because obviously we're flying it further, but anything like 16 or so yards carry will give us around about the distance that we need. That was about 17, but we're so close to it. That's the whole idea. Now that is much, much easier than doing it the flop shot route. Is it as easy as a 7-iron? No, because as soon as we add more loft, we add risk. Every single tour player, every single good short game person that has ever lived when it comes to golf has always basically said one thing: whenever possible, have whatever shot you've got, but use the least loft possible. Now, of course, if we are talking about we are short side ourselves, we have bunkers and everything else, and you've got plenty of room behind, yes, you can go down the flop shot route. Just make sure you hit it far enough. But it has to be a situation of where you have got a lot of room to work with, say, behind it, because you need an error one way. Still, I'd possibly go get my 54, 50, and then just play it behind the pin. Because again, I'd much rather have a guaranteed putt than knifing it 100 yards and then trying to find it in the bracken. So that's a very, very quick video on how you can use loft and not use loft to try and get the best result you possibly can do. Don't be afraid to use different golf clubs in the bag when you're in situations like this, you're off the green. Also, don't be afraid to go get a towel on the practice green and put it as your landing spot and hit that landing spot to see what kind of roll out you get for each of your irons, so you can play some better golf and score better on the course. So hope you liked it. If you did, thumbs up. Go on YouTube, like so do I. Down there is a subscribe button. It's free. It is great for the channel if you could subscribe, so thank you. And next to that is a bell icon. That's a notification bell that will notify you next time I upload another video. So I hope you're well. We'll see you again soon.